बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलाम वालेकुम। ये लेसन 53 है अबाउट ईडियम सीरीज़। आज हम इसमें फॉर्मल राइटिंग में यूज़ होने वाले ईडियम्स को स्टडी करेंगे। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट द लेसन। फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट, most importantly, more than anything else, he considered himself first and foremost writer. Next, on balance, when all factors are taken into consideration. On balance, he was pleased with how things had gone. Next, by and large, on the whole, everything considered. Mammals have, by and large, bigger brains than reptiles. In the main means on the whole. We must remember that in the main, we are thinking about these designs as decoration. On no account is an empathetic way of saying not. On no account should their conclusions be accepted. Their conclusions must on no account be accepted. On the one hand or on the other hand, used to present two contrasting ways of looking at the same problem. On the one hand, there is some published evidence to support the theory. On the other hand, that evidence has been questioned by some recent studies. Next, last but not least, used to emphasize that even though something is mentioned last, it's still important. Last but not least, the impracticalities of the proposal created many problems. Next, in the final or last analysis, used to emphasize that you are talking about that is most important or true in a situation. In the final analysis, although this is an innovative idea, it's not one that we can consider. The conventional wisdom, something that people generally believe is true, when in fact it's often false. The conventional wisdom is that only children can learn a second language to a really high level. A contradiction in terms, an expression that is confusing because the words in it seems to have opposite meanings. Many people claim that a good adult language learner is a contradiction in terms. Next, not the whole picture means not taking all the facts into consideration, not taking all the facts into considerations. Example, young children can be excellent language learners, but that's not the whole picture. A case in point, an example of something just described. Example, adult learners also master a language. My brother is a case learner, is a case in point. As a matter of course, describe what normally happens or what is normally done. He learned perfect Arabic when he was 30. However, adults, as a matter of course, have more difficulties than children with pronunciation. Points the way, suggest how something might be done in a better way. A recently published Ministry of Education document points the way to more teaching of languages at primary schools. Sets the stage, makes something more likely to happen. This document sets the stage for radical changes in language teaching. Next, beg the question, causes you to ask a particular question, raise a point that has not been dealt with, invite an obvious question, assume the truth of an argument or a proposition to be proved without arguing it. However, this begs the question as to how enough teachers will be found to teach second languages to young teachers. Set in motion, start something moving or working. Some changes in teacher training are about to be set in motion. Open the door to, let something new start. It's hoped that these will open the door to more successful language teaching. On the one hand or on the other hand, do not present two arguments for the same position, but are used to present two contrasting ways of looking at the same problem. On the one hand, I find life in the country less stressful than living in the city. On the other hand, I do miss the theaters and cinemas. Watching this